Hey family, looking to still move to Ghana or just to start business here? In today's video, I'm gonna give you 3 business ideas that are very lucrative and high in demand that you can still come to Ghana to start even today. So without wasting much time, let's jump right into it. Welcome back family to another video. My name is Gabby Mack. If this is your first time tuning in, welcome to my channel. We talk about everything Ghana, living in Ghana, doing business in Ghana, and just the overall lifestyle here in Ghana. I moved to Ghana about 3 years ago and I kind of kept going back and forth, but this is like my 3rd official time that I've moved and I've settled and I've started business here in Ghana, and we are a year in. Yeah, so it's almost a year also for the business as well. If you guys don't know, I started a braiding hair salon here in Ghana, located in Westlands, Accra. So if you guys are ever in town, make sure you come and visit me and let me give you the max touch. All right, so without wasting time, let's jump right into it. If you guys have already seen the title, we are talking about 3 business ideas, not just any business ideas, guys. We're talking about non-traditional business ideas that people come here to start. It's lucrative, it's high in demand, but why I say it's non-traditional is because it's not the typical jobs that people come here or businesses that people come here to start. So like, let's backtrack. So what are the traditional jobs or traditional businesses people are coming here to start? So the traditional businesses that most people come down here to Ghana or even Africa in general to start is usually restaurant businesses, entertainment, real estate, and pharmaceuticals. Those are some of the few business ideas that most people come back home to usually start. It's very popular. I will say they are still high in demand, but there's still a big market of people already in those industries. So I want to give you guys ideas that it's not the traditional norm that people usually come down here to start businesses, but you can still make good money starting these businesses. So with the first one being farming. You guys are like, farming? Like, how many people actually say I'm moving across the world to start farming? It's I believe it's a very small amount. It's not the traditional business plans that most people come here to Africa to start. So why I say farming? People need to eat, guys. We need to eat. And currently, Ghana, we do have a lot of farmlands here, don't get me wrong. But there is a lot of produce that gets imported into the country on a daily basis. And I know back in a few months back, there was some wars and stuff that was happening in neighboring countries, and it affected our produce. So I think right then that is a business opportunity you can just jump right into because people need to eat. So when it comes to farming, you'll be surprised, even with the amount of farmlands that you do see here, there is still a lot of shortages of produce being produced on a daily basis. Like, I'll give you an example. I traveled outside Accra, I went about 2.5 hours away, and I saw so much fruits and veggies, abundance amount, and they're selling it at very reasonable prices. Mind you, you come to Accra and they'll tell you that it's there's not enough. They're charging them high prices. It costs so much, the fuel to go get the stuff to get over here to Accra. So they doubled and tripled the prices. For example, tomatoes is like one of the biggest things here now. Like, I mean, everyone knows Ghanaians use a lot of tomatoes to cook food, but tomatoes is like high in demand because you'll be surprised that we actually imported tomatoes from neighboring countries. Why? I don't know, because we have all this gracious land that God has given to us that is so fertile, but we were still importing tomatoes. Mind you, when I traveled 2 hours away, I got a bucket of tomatoes for about 50 cities, but when you come to Accra, it's ranging from 100 and 150 cities and up. So right then again, it tells you that, hey, there's a little loophole, you can make some money from that. And it's not only just tomatoes. I'm talking about like a whole bunch of produce, peppers, tomatoes, onions, ginger, garlic, things that our people use on an everyday basis. Is something that you want to consider. You can even consider fish farming. Fish farming is also another thing that's high and rising. So there is ways to make money in this, but if we're talking about, let's say the amount to start up, there's some things, it can be a little tricky when it comes down to the farming, because the research I've done that is you can either purchase a land, which will cost a little bit, more money to start the business, and farm on your own land, hire someone to, farm it, make sure you visit it regularly. And then, when it's time to harvest, you sell to the market woman, you sell wholesale, and you make your money right there. And then they can go and price it as high or as low as they want it once they get the product. But the other option is also to even rent a land from someone to start farming. But of course, you have to sit down, talk to the person, come up with all the, the contract work and everything to how long you're going to farm on it and stuff. But the reason why I feel like that side might be not the best option is because you can start farming and then maybe in a few years the person is like, hey, I don't want you on my land anymore, and then there goes down your business, or they notice that you're making good money from that. They might just steal your idea and kick you off the land. So buying the land would possibly be the best option, and I would suggest to buy land outside of Accra. Don't even think Accra, but somewhere that's not too far, so transporting your goods will be easier, and it won't cost you as much because of how fuel prices is always fluctuating. So you definitely want somewhere that's not too far. Like, for example, going 2 hours out, an hour out, I think it's pretty good. And I think the further you move away from Accra anyway, the cheaper the lands are anyway. So there's definitely something that you can consider overall. And I would say that this business can start anywhere from like $2,000 and up, depending on how big your land is, what you're producing, and all of that. And of course, the seeds all have different prices and things like that. So, or even considering farming things that are not the typical things that, are being farmed here as well. So maybe you have to import your seeds from outside. But farming in general, guys, there is money to be made from it. So you don't have to feel that you're coming here. If you want to move here, you want to start business, it has to be real estate. Yes, real estate, you can make money, but there's some tricks to that too as well. There is a lot to put into such business like that, as such business as real estate. So that's one thing that I think you guys should consider. A non-business traditional idea that you guys should consider is farming. All right, so business number 2 is an event center. You guys are probably looking at me like, what you mean event center? Yes, an event center. You will be surprised how much money people are making having an event center. Now, let me tell you some little ins and outs when it comes down to just like, opening up an event center. So of course you're thinking like, where am I going to do this at? Land is very important. You're going to want to buy your own land. You're not going to want to rent when it comes down to this at all. You're going to need to find a land to build such a project. But the big thing is that how you can really make money, I feel like how you can stand out from most of the event centers here already, will be offering package deals. The research I've done, a lot of the event centers here really just give you the space, and they charge very huge amounts. I'm talking about a space, some place can charge you like $10,000 and it doesn't come with anything. No chairs, no lights, no nothing, like no decoration at all. That's just the space. So imagine having a space like how we have halls that you can rent back in the States. It comes with maybe the food package, per head, they will charge you maybe like $100 per, a person. So you provide that, having the bar, having the drinks, even just having a kitchen for people to hire their own cooks to come and cook there, having a changing room, a nice changing room for the celebrants, having proper bathrooms, really nice bathrooms, having a place for people to store their drinks. So having all of these attached to just the location alone will it will make you stand out. There's about like 1 or 2 places I think off the top of my head that do have these facilities and do provide this, even parking, having a space that has enough parking for your guests. There is 1 or 2 places that I've seen and I've been to that, provide these things, and they are constantly booked and they're making so much money because they are providing all these things along with just the space. Even making your space look different from the typical like halls that you see, or having a space that you can have an outdoor and indoor, adding a little chapel so people can do their garden weddings. All of that will make you stand out from the typical event centers that they do have here. Now, this business is a little bit on the high end when it comes down to starting it, but it's something that you can make really good money from over time. So off the top of my head, I can say that this business can start you anywhere from $10,000 and up, depending on how big and how big your location is going to be and what you're going to provide. Now, another thing I feel like you can do to help you stand out more with this business is making your space like a destination place to go to. So it doesn't have to be the typical in Accra, the typical popular places you go, or in Tema or things like that, but even just going out maybe an hour away from the Accra areas and making it stand out. Like, I feel like you will find you spend a little bit less money to start it up because it's further away from Accra, but you can attract people based on how you have everything like set up. For example, even like a barn, type of setup. I don't really see any barn setups here in Ghana, so like that's an idea right there for you to think about when you want to set up how your event center is supposed to look like. So in all, I'm pretty much just saying like how you make yourself stand out is by adding these facilities and providing all these packages and things so that people can feel like they're getting their money's worth. They're not just paying thousands of dollars just to pay just for a location and have to hire a chef, have to hire a decorator, have to hire a lights guy, have to hire, all these things that come into play to make the place look nice. So if you're providing chairs and tables and all of that, all of this putting all this together, I feel like will make you stand out more than all the other places, and you will really be booked out and be making them coins. So last but not least, on my list would be starting up a wholesale beauty supply store. I feel like I've mentioned this before in one of my videos, but I'll give you a little bit more details in terms of how you can really make yourself stand out. So beauty is a big industry here in Ghana, as you know, that's why I'm in it. There's definitely money to be made. Look, women will always find money to do their hair, their nails, anything to beautify themselves, they're going to spend money on. But in a sense that here, there's so many hair salons already, so many nail salons, so many spas, so many cosmetology, like cosmetics places and things like that. Imagine if you were supplying all these places, right? So that's where the wholesale comes in. There are shops in Accra, like the Makula Market area, that women who own multiple shops and have made tons of money just selling hair products. Now, what I see that they lack is having a one-stop shop type of idea where you can buy everything, because when we were starting up the hair salon, I found myself going to so many different places to get this, to get that, to get this. There was not one place where I could just get everything. If I wanted to buy hair products and braiding hair, I went to this shop. If I wanted to look for carts and blow dryers and straighteners, I had to go to another shop. If I wanted to buy like furniture for the shop, I had to go to another shop. Imagine if you were the one supplying all the shops with these things, right? Take for example, and I'll tell you why there's money in this business. I don't know if a lot of you guys are familiar with Ultra Hair. So Ultra Hair is a big hair company. They provide braiding hair, weaves, wigs, and all these stuff. Ultra Hair supplies so many shops here in Ghana, right? So many all over. People go even to the main market to buy from vendors and then come and sell it at their shop or use it at their shop. Like we do the same thing as well. Now, if there was not money in this business, why would you guys think that Ultra Hair themselves has now come to Ghana and built a shop? They have now come to Ghana and they are in the market. Mind you, every other shop that's around them is selling their hair product. But now they open their own hair shop and they are selling all their hair and even more and other products alongside. So if there was not money to be made, guys, they won't even bother opening their own shop. They would just continue supplying to the vendors, but they see that there's money in it, and that's the reason why they have now come to open their own shop. So now imagine if you are that shop providing all the different company hairs, all the hairs that are really hard to find. Like if you found yourself a supplier in China and you're the one bringing all these products in, right? Not only that, you're bringing all the hair products that goes along. You're providing the tools that they need. They're providing the furniture. You can even have a little showroom to show the furnitures that you do, like you can get for people, and then they will place an order and then you have them come out, or things like that. So imagine if you are the one-stop shop to all these shops here. My friends, won't you be making money? You definitely will. To be honest, I'm giving out this idea, guys, but this is even something that I eventually want to look into myself, and I know that it's definitely something that will take some cash. So with that being said, I honestly think it's a business that can start anywhere from like 8,000 and up, and that would depend on the scale and how big you're trying to go. I think location would probably be the biggest that you'll probably spend your money on, because you definitely want to be in a central location. But imagine you do delivery. That also will get you a lot of it will get you a lot of clients from outside, people who don't want to travel all the way to, let's say, Central Accra to buy these products and stuff like that. I'm always sitting there thinking as I'm like driving along, like, wow, this business, I mean, I see people in it, but like I don't really see a lot of people say that they come from like that. The aspirants are coming and saying that they want to start this. The typical, is the hospitality and the food and the entertainment. And like, guys, we have so many of those, and I'm not discouraging you and saying don't come and do that. If that's your passion, if that's what you want to do, go ahead, but just know that the competition is huge. Now, if you're trying to like go into a market, you're trying to go into a niche that you can make money, that it's not so like focused on, but it is high demand for people. These are some of the ideas that you guys should definitely consider. And with that being said, guys, with my beautiful ideas I've given to you, if you are interested to know a little bit more and you do need help in finding a little bit more information about these businesses, and you just kind of really want everything on pen and paper, I am still providing my consultant services, guys. It's not free because there's work to this, guys. There's a lot of research that goes into finding out this information. So if you guys are interested and you're really serious inquiries only, guys, please, and you're really serious and you want to know more information about these businesses, I have the people that I can connect you to find out more information and things like that. Please reach out to me. My email is in the description box, so you guys shoot me an email and let's talk. Like I said, serious inquiries, and if you are ready and you're serious to really come down to start something for yourself, these are definitely really good business ideas for you guys to consider. I will continue doing more research and getting more business ideas together and sharing them with you, non-traditional and traditional, but I want to focus a little bit on the non-traditional because I feel the traditionals people kind of already know and it's already being done. I want to focus on more of the non-traditional business ideas so that so you guys can just have a broader range of things that you can come here and do. So it's not always, like I said, the typical. So yes, I hope this was really helpful and informative. If you have any questions, please make sure that you leave some comments. Leave the comments below and let me know what you guys think, or what other ideas or maybe business ideas that you have in mind, but you don't really know too much about it and you would like me to do a little research and talk about it as well. Please leave your comments and concerns below, and I appreciate you guys for tuning in, and I'll see you on another video.